Hey, everybody, we are back. We are live. It's time for the Loki watch party as we get ready for midnight, hopefully a little bit earlier, like it was last week. And we can watch Loki together and talk about it afterwards. For the very first time, we're simulcast right now to Clubhouse. And I'm Mike Sandoval. So, everybody on Clubhouse and YouTube, welcome. Let's go around the room. Let's introduce everybody. First of all, below me,
once again, it is the J to the E to the double F -ry. I am Jeffrey Harris. The honor and pleasure is all Mike's. Welcome back for another edition of Loki Wednesdays. I hope everyone's ready. I hope everyone is ready to go tonight. I hope everyone's doing well, staying safe, and we're going to have a fun time.
Tatiana, you're up.
Hello, everyone. This is Tatis Yolani. I am excited and looking forward to this next episode of Loki. Malik?
I'm trying to get everything ready. I got home maybe like 20 minutes ago. But I am ready. I'm excited for it. Each episode gets, see here I go putting myself in that rabbit hole of each episode gets better. But I'm looking forward to the next episode.
You do know usually we get ready in the green room, right? So with that, this is actually going to be the first episode none of us have seen. Jeffrey saw the first two.
That's right.
Yeah, so
he didn't cheat this time.
Well,
exactly.
I didn't cheat before either. I just did what Disney and Marvel gave me. But yeah, I'm in the same boat as everyone else tonight, so we're all caught up. So we're all in the same boat. So we're all going to be actually watching it together and discovering it together. So that's going to be even more fun.
Exactly, and it's going to be something different. It's going to be unique for all of us, so that's good. We don't have no insight. So do we have a description or a bio of what this show is going to be like tonight? By chance?
Is someone else coming in?
Yeah, we actually have Cynthia Sanchez.
Hello, Cynthia.
Hey, we got 5 people now. Cynthia, hey, can you introduce yourself?
Hi. Sorry. Hi, I'm Cynthia. I'm from Mazatlán, Mexico, and Hiddlestoner since 2014. So
awesome. Welcome to the group. Welcome to the group. We're going international now. So there we go. So, Jeffrey, have you heard anything about this episode? That you can tell us?
Well, no, I'm all caught up. There were only screeners for the first 2 episodes, so I've not seen episode 3. So I've not heard a synopsis or a log line. There might be one out there. I would have to search for it a little bit, but and I kind of like that. I don't know where things are going tonight. Let's see. I'm sorry if there's some like technical issues or feedback noise. I did get a media kit, and there are I have seen images that I would assume are images for later episodes this season, but I don't know their context. Like, let's see. There's one of like Tom Hiddleston's Loki, and there are these like weird dudes with Loki buttons, and I don't know, it looks like a wrecked building. That's some more interesting still, but I think most of the other photos are from the first 2 episodes that we've already seen. So yeah, we're really in uncharted territory here. We have no idea what's going to happen other than we left off. They were at that, what was it called? Was it Roxanmart?
Yeah.
Or Rocksmart or something?
That was when they were in the 2044, I believe. Or
yeah.
That
it was like mid-21st century. We meet the Lady Loki, Sophia Di Martino, and she's setting off all these like timeline bombs, and then Loki follows her through the portal, and now Loki's sort of separated from the TVA. So it was exciting. It was an exciting way to end the second episode. So I'm very excited to see where we pick up.
Yeah, and we would like to say hello, Sahil. Ready? Thank you for being back for us this week. We really appreciate you coming back, and yeah, be ready to jump in after the show once we figure it out. Um, what are you expecting from this episode? Let's go around the horn. Uh, Malik, what are you looking forward to?
Um, I think we're going to get more of an insight of Lady Loki, but I think this episode is going to be more of a filler. I don't think we're going to get a lot of information from this episode. I think this episode is going to be more so Loki trying to figure out who Lady Loki is, and the TVA kind of chasing them through timeline to timeline. I think it's going to be like a rat race type of an episode.
Tatiana?
Gosh, I'm blanking out. Yeah, I agree with Malik. I'm also thinking that it's going to give more of an insight of Lady Loki, of what her intentions are, and more of Loki trying to figure out, what he's going to do next. He always has something planned, but this is something that definitely caught him off guard. And seeing what, Owen Wilson's name. I'm blanking out on him.
Mobius. Agent
Mobius, yes. Trying to see. I feel like it's going to go back and forth with Lady Loki to Agent Mobius to see how he's going to return or how all that's going to come out.
Jeffrey?
One casting note I wanted to give from the last episode. Sophia Di Martino, even though this character is believed to be Loki of some sort and looks like Loki, but a woman, the character is credited as the variant and not Lady Loki or Loki, just the variant, even though it's apparently some type of Loki variant. So I thought that was interesting. So I think I have no idea what's going to happen tonight, but I hope it's fun and exciting.
And Cynthia, what are you expecting for tonight's episode?
I think that I know it's about a mix of Amora, that it's a student from Loki in the comics, and it's Lady Loki and Amora. It's that I'm investigating.
The Enchantress, Amora the Amora the Enchantress.
I'm scared.
Amora is the Enchantress from the comics.
It's like a mix. Marvel Studios, it's not always. Yeah, and Marvel Studios said, director Kate Herron, that it was like a mix of Enchantress and Lady Loki. So we'll see.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking to see where they're going with the story since we're hitting the halfway point now in the series. So I'm really looking forward into that. What else has been going on this week? There's been a lot of things come out. Today we got the announcement. We'll go off of Loki right now because we'll talk more about it once the show gets underway. But what do you guys think of the Transformers movie and what's and with that? Because he just announced today that the Transformers movie is going to be called
Rise of the Beast, Mike.
There you go, Rise of the Beast. So is this a Beast Wars? Do you think we're going to see?
No, it's not. It's not Beast Wars, but it is going to have characters inspired by Beast Wars in it.
So what do you guys think of Transformers coming out? Jeffrey, start out.
I don't know what to think. It's a new director. It's a new cast. It doesn't sound like they can keep the timeline straight. I don't know what they're going to be doing with the characters in this film. Apparently, they're going to be introducing Maximals, Predacons, and Terracons. I heard all the story details, and it sounds somewhat disjointed. So I need a better picture of what kind of story they're trying to tell, what's happening. Why is it set in the 1990s? What role the human characters are going to serve? What their relationship is to the Cybertronians, how the Cybertronians will be interpreted. I don't know yet, but we'll have to. To me, it's a wait and see attitude. I thought Bumblebee was a decent film, not a great film. I mean, its best quality was that it was better than all of Michael Bay's movies, which honestly isn't saying a whole hell of a lot, but it was the best of the bunch.
Yeah. Malik, what did you think about the announcement?
I didn't know that there was an announcement. I didn't see it yet. But I will watch the trailer and see what it's about. I hope it's on par with the rest of them because the rest of them actually wasn't that bad. So I'm going off of first listen here.
Yeah. Cynthia, what did you think of did you find out about the announcement down there in Mexico already, or? Cynthia? We'll get back to Cynthia. It looks like her video paused. Tatiana, what do you think?
Yeah, I also didn't know about that, but gosh, I think after the first Transformers, I haven't really kept up with the rest of them. So, I mean, it looks pretty interesting to see how they're going back to like the 90s. So I'm curious to see how that's going to kind of play out in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stephen Caple Jr. is directing Rise of the Beasts, starring Anthony Ramos and Dominic Fishback. Will be released in theaters on June 24th, 2020. So,
and
just over a year, 1 year out.
I guess we lost Cynthia, but hopefully she'll jump back on.
Mike, why'd you scare Cynthia away?
I have a habit of doing that. But Anthony Ramos is actually the person who's in the Heights right now.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that.
We got a thing. When you will start watching Loki episode 3? As soon as it comes on.
Yeah.
Let me check.
So basically, Yug Chala, the way we do it is the episode will come on. We'll take a little break. Everyone will watch the episode, and then we come back and we share our thoughts. So it's not like a live watch along. It's sort of like a watch party where we take a break, we watch it, and then we have like a watch party discussion, like an after show. So once it goes live on Disney Plus, we'll start watching it, and then we'll tune back here about 45 minutes later, and then we'll have more discussion for you.
Yeah, so that's the way it works out. So we're trying this simulcast thing. Oh, this is great.
We have a nice group of people in the chat room. For the people in the chat room, we'd love to hear where you're coming to us from. What part of the world?
Wait, Lady Loki is
actually Agatha.
No way.
I don't think so.
Malik, are you saying it was Agatha all along?
No. Okay. Whoever commented that in the chat, I gotta go back and read your name again. I need
It was Utsav Patel.
Utsav Patel. Okay.
Utsav, I'm gonna mark this down, and if you're right, I'm gonna sing your praises, Utsav.
Give me why you think that.
Yeah.
I want to know why you think that Lady Loki is Agatha, and why these two shows would be connected, but no other show is like intertwines with each other, because each show has been significantly different.
Malik, don't you understand? It was Agatha all along.
Agatha?
And when it's Agatha all along, that means it was Agatha all along, hence Agatha all along.
And since supposedly we're already hearing the rumors that the show's connected to Spider-Man.
The show's
the next one.
In what way? Who said that?
The multiverse theory.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hearing. That the multiverse theory. This is what starts off the whole multiverse thing.
It's supposed to be all three of them together. Is that why?
Yeah. And we got Yug Chala.
Girls are so cute. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if that was to everyone or if that was just specific.
I don't know.
But I'm gonna take the
Hey, Jeffrey's kind of cute, man. He can hold his own. So here we go. Spider-Man 3 has all three Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Why stop at 3?
But
Exactly.
wait, so,
What about Peter Porker?
but how
What about Miles Morales?
Exactly.
What about Miguel O'Hara?
Mm-hmm.
But how exactly does that connect to Agatha?
Agatha is a witch.
I'm trying to connect the stretch that they threw a long stretch out, so I want to connect it all back. I want to see
Malik,
mine.
when Agatha is all along, it means she's been is all along the whole time. Because it was Agatha all along.
And since
You can't argue with that.
you can jump in. You don't have to just sit there. You can jump in whenever you want. You don't have to raise your hand or anything.
But I just love hearing these different theories and like coincidences. So I love playing on them. I just want to know where their mind is taking them.
Spider-Man No Way. Does Young Chola mean Spider-Man No Way Home is leaked? I don't think that's true. No.
I don't think. I think they've given hints, but we haven't seen any leaked footage or any leaked to prove that they're going into the multiverse. But we've heard different things. Here we go. Utsa Patel, Black Widow will get a life again after Loki messed up with timeline.
I like Utsav Patel. Utsav is making good predictions. Utsav, keep it up. I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah, keep them coming.
I mean, they've already shown a scene where from the back of the head it looks like Black Widow.
Yeah.
So who knows? I mean, hopefully we'll get that episode today and we'll get some questions on that. So it'll be great.
So, did you get a personal screener to Black Widow? Are you telling us inside information? Are you doing inside trader? Are you an inside trader?
Well, there's some people who may be getting to see the film ahead of time, but we're not going to say which two of us.
Well, we don't. I mean, Utsav might have seen it early. You don't know his life, Malik.
That's what I want to
And
know.
also,
I just wanna
too,
know. If you have inside information, I want to know.
and
When
also,
do
too,
I
you
my
know how it is. You know how Marvel is with other countries. They usually release it before they release it.
Yeah,
in the
that's happened. Yeah, that's happened.
Mhm.
So I don't know if it's already out there or not. I don't have a clue yet.
So I think Utsav has the inside scoop, and Utsav has graced the chat
Exactly.
with some magnificent insight here.
And we're getting some more from Utsav. He's hot right now.
Took Time Stone when he saw it in the drawer of that desk. That is, all those stones were ripe for the picking in that. And what was his name? Casey.
Yeah.
In Casey's drawer, he could have snuck one, no problem.
Only steal the time stone out of all stones.
Because with the Time Stone, you can just wrap time around your finger and just do whatever.
Yeah, but that's so cliche. Why don't you grab all of them? I mean, they use them as paperweights. Why don't you grab all of them? Because it only works as paperweights inside the TVA. But outside the TVA, it works as everything. So why don't you grab more than just one? I'm curious. I'm playing devil's advocate tonight.
That's a good point, Malik. It's a good point. But maybe he did grab more and we just haven't seen it yet. Because remember, Loki has like a dimensional pocket because he remember in Endgame, he pulled the Tesseract out of thin air. So he has like a sub pocket where he can keep solid objects. Yeah. Utsav knows. Utsav knows. Utsav knows
Exactly.
things.
I'm resetting the Disney Plus to see if it's coming out yet because around this time last week it was already live. So.
I've gone back
Cynthia,
and forth.
Cynthia? I want to know who is your favorite character in Loki so far.
It's gonna be Loki, of course. I mean,
I want to hear from Cynthia. Oh, she's got Tom Hiddleston, so Tom Hiddleston, right? Loki. Good old Tom. Okay, I mean, you can't really go wrong with Tom Hiddleston as Loki.
Oh,
But man, I'm just
show is
crazy
on.
about.
Episode is up.
All right, so everyone,
everybody on Clubhouse and on YouTube will be back as soon as the episode is done. Everybody here on the panel, don't forget to mute yourself, and we'll be back as soon as the show is done. Hello, everybody. We're back. We're waiting for everybody else to finish their episodes, but yeah. As soon as we get everybody back, we will be talking about the show. So stay tuned. We'll be coming back very shortly. And we got Malik just finished his episode. We have Tatiana's done, and we have Jeffrey's done. Hey, so what do you
I'm
guys think of this episode? Let's run the horn. Let's start off with Jeffrey. What do you think?
Sorry, I just had a bit of a thing over here. All right. Well, now we know the variant's name is Sylvie. She renamed herself. So it's mainly sort of a character building episode for Sylvie and Loki. So they are stranded after Sylvie tries to attack the timekeepers. Loki stops her and steals her tempad. And then they get stranded on a dying planet called Lamentus 1, which is about to be hit by a moon, causing an extinction event. So then they have to agree to a begrudging truce to find a way off the planet because the tempad they have is low on battery. And it was a character episode. It was a character development episode, and we got to learn more about Sylvie as a character and Loki as a character, which was interesting. And the other thing, this felt like Doctor Who. It felt like the show is sort of delving into sort of like a weird, sort of interesting, kind of surreal, like Doctor Who. This felt like classic Doctor Who to me, kind of like David Tennant era Doctor Who.
Tatiana, you're next.
This is by far my favorite episode. I like how there was like a lot of action, seeing where we're both well, I think we kind of, Malik and I, we kind of spoke on it, seeing how both Loki and Lady Loki, we now know as Sylvie, how they would get along, seeing how they created this truce. It's crazy how they went to 2077, and they tried so hard to get out of that planet and just to see the arc just completely get destroyed. But I'm curious to see if any of the time travelers are gonna make it there, and maybe that's the way they're gonna get out. I don't know. I'm curious to see how that's gonna turn out.
Malik, you're next.
Okay. To start, I thought Sylvie, I thought she was a little more powerful than she portrayed to be in episodes 1 and 2. In this episode, you can see that she's not as strong as they portrayed her to be, as this all-knowing, like, I know everything. She knows a lot about the past, a lot about the future, because she knows about Lamentus 1 and how that's just one apocalypse that you stay away from, considering all the other apocalypse that can occur, which is what she likes to hide in. But also you see her kind of deferring to Loki, regular Loki, as kind of the lead person for the mission of Lamentus. So you see her kind of surrender her like roles of authority to him. And then you also see that she's more human-like than the rest of the variants. But we also get to learn that everyone that was the TVA is actually a variant of themselves. So that was pretty interesting.
That was a big reveal because earlier they said that the TVA created everyone at the TVA, all the workers, and now we know that's not true. They were all human variants, like Loki, like Sylvie, who got jobs at the TVA. So that was interesting. Another interesting reveal: did Sylvie not mention that the TVA has been chasing her all her life? So earlier, like the first 2 episodes, we thought TVA were sort of guarding the time stream and the sacred timeline, but now we get the sense that are they the real bad guys here? Is Sylvie just trying to, I guess, sort of find her freedom from these people? Because she mentioned that I think the TVA has been chasing her entire life, and she's been trying to get away from them. So maybe she's just trying to earn her freedom and stay away from getting persecuted by the TVA.
Yeah. But the one thing I gotta say about this episode, though, yeah, it is a team. You could tell it's a character building episode, but the special effects for this episode were top notch.
Mhm.
Definitely top notch. Because I was trying to figure out if they use the same technology for the Mandalorian with the screen we're using the digital screens in order to film the background, but it was so good. The special effects for this episode, and it was hard to tell which was fake, what was it. Um, Storyline was a character building episode, which is fine, and this is the shortest episode that we've gotten so far. Episode 3, it's 33 minutes long. I just barely found out that when you double tap your if you have Apple TV, but if anybody has Apple TV, if you double tap on your Finder, it will tell you from when you started the show to when it ends.
Oh, okay.
I did not know that, but that's on a side note. That's other than Loki. But no, I mean it's a good I mean it was a good team building episode. The fighting was really good. I liked it. It just pulls me in, and I agree with Jeffrey. This is very much. It felt like a Doctor Who episode mixed with I was trying to think about what else I've seen that's similar to that, but I definitely would agree with Jeffrey that Doctor Who, there was an influence there.
Doctor Who just sort of sticks out in my mind the most as the influence on this show.
Yeah, we have a comment by Rishi. Welcome back, Rishi. Great to see you again this week. Mobius is what happened to Hansel between Zoolander and Zoolander 2.
I can go as far as saying that this episode and the very next episode will probably both be character building filler episodes. I don't think we'll see much of an advancement of the show until episode 5.
Yeah.
I can go on the limb and say that. I think these two are kind of developing the characters and where you kind of get a better understanding of what exactly the TVA is and what Sylvie is doing and why she's doing what she's doing. And you see kind of her perspective on the TVA. I think we're going to get both perspectives, and then as fans kind of make our own judgment call from there.
And Jeffrey, what is your opinion on the comment? Mobius is what happened to Hansel between Zoolander and Zoolander.
Zoolander 2 sucked, Rishi. And Owen Wilson is great in this show, so don't sully this show by talking about Zoolander.
Hey, we had to bring. I had to get we all commented on it, and we needed your comment. We can't leave you out. So it just kind of like, well, this episode kind of like it just got. I want to see what the continuation on episode 4, because now there's only 3 episodes left.
Yep.
I hate when you remind us that.
Huh?
I hate when you remind us that.
Well, it's like that's what we had to do. We're talking about the show, and that's what we do. So let me go with Rishi's next comment. The reveal that they're all variants is probably why Mobius likes jet skis.
Probably.
Adding on to like what Malik said, like with all the fillers and you know how we get backstories. I wonder if we're gonna be getting like backstories of how they get like Hunter C20. We kind of saw a glimpse of like she was a regular girl and she liked margaritas, and with like Hunter B15, seeing her story or everyone else that from the characters that we met that work at the TVA, seeing what their lives were before.
It puts the TVA in a whole sinister light, doesn't it, Tatiana?
It
the
does.
fact that they've been lying this whole time, and maybe the people at the TVA don't even remember their old lives. Maybe their memories have been wiped, or they've been brainwashed.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because we see Loki as like the bad guy here, and we see Sylvie as the bad person here. But what if it's the opposite? I'm kind of heading towards that.
You kind of have a point there, and it's kind of.
I think
gonna
it's a
be-
good point, and I think that's going to be sort of the twist as we get further along for the rest of this season.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Malik, any other thoughts?
It kind of raises questions. I want to be able to see the time variance before the last episode. Like, I want to see, even if we don't get a full detailed idea of what their whole objective is, you kind of want to see them, and then you also want to see how did they possibly rank each person in the TVA. Like, how did this person get this particular job? I know we'll probably won't get that answer, but now I'm curious to how certain people were ranked if they really were humans before. Or
Sylvie called them fascists. I wonder if they're just like really like extreme, like micromanaging, like bureaucrats, like like they're corporate executives who are like just real extreme, like micromanagers, just taking micromanagement, like they're taking micromanagement to a cosmic, like time travel degree. Like, don't you like? Everyone hates micromanagers and like the type of bosses who are always like looking over your shoulder and just micromanaging every aspect of your work. And this is just if we're going to talk about theories, this is just my theory. Maybe the timekeepers are just like extreme, the absolute extreme of corporate micromanagement. Like, because the TVA, it's like this sort of old world, like retro corporate bureaucracy, you know. And maybe that's what they like, but I don't know. That's just a theory.
Yeah, we have Rishi commenting. Wasn't Miss Minutes the one who lied to Loki about the timekeepers creating the TVA workers? So does that mean the whole video about the TVA at the beginning of the show get
This breaks my heart, Rishi. I love Miss Minutes. How could such a sweet character be a liar? That's Rishi. You're breaking my heart.
Uh-huh. Also, Rishi continues with his comment. Also makes me wonder who / what Miss Minutes even is in the first place.
She's a recording and she's alive. A bit of both.
I think.
So,
I mean, if we're going off of Rishi's comment, I think Miss Minutes might be, like the computer behind most of the TVA, kind of like Alexa or like level to where kind of just the background and the like true running function of the TVA behind y'all. But now I'm starting to really kind of question the timekeepers. I mean, this show, each episode kind of puts you in a different scenario and puts you in a different situation, which is what makes it good because it makes your mind go and shift from one thing to another. It's not necessarily congruent with each other. Each episode kind of stands alone in its own.
Okay, here's a good line I wanted to share with everyone. When they're on the train and Loki's drunk, Loki asks Sylvie, "When did you get so paranoid?" And she says, "It must have started when I spent my entire life running from the omniscient fascists you work for."
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was fascinating
yeah.
because what if Sylvie, as Tatiana said, what if she's not the bad guy? What if she's been on the run for some reason for most of her life from the TVA and she's just trying to get away from them? She's just trying to earn her freedom from these people. And I don't know, it's making me think a little bit because we thought at first that Sylvie was maybe trying to destroy the TVA and the timekeepers maliciously. Now I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
I
Cynthia,
can-
since you just came back in, what were your thoughts of the episode? Love to hear them. Did she freeze?
It kind of goes back and forth.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, you. Cynthia. What did you think of the episode?
It was very shocking for me because it was like first only chatting between Sophia and Tom, and then the scene of trains like I I like the scene when they talk about love and they I need a drink for that conversation, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then he answered the question, and like, oh dude, you you may be right. It's like a daga. I think in this thing was like, whoa. But yes, maybe it's not a billion, Sylvie. It's like I'm going to destroy this corporation because it's a fake. I think it's kind of the I don't know how to say
Say it in Spanish and then
the
we'll
king. I
translate.
think it's like a god. Can el conquistador. I think it's that because in the second episode we saw Owen Wilson Mobius with a pen that it's another variant, another timekeeper, and maybe some rumors think that the girl in directed it's like a marionette of Khan.
Well, let's get back to the comments really quick while we got some coming in. We're backed up a little bit. Crafty says, we will never be able to see Mobius in a jet ski. Mobius thinks when the timekeepers are finished, they are too, but they might get reset since all of them are variants.
Crafty, with that attitude, we won't see them on a jet ski, but I'm hopeful we will see Mobius on a jet ski and get to live his dream.
Yeah. And we got Rishi. To be honest, other than that reveal, this episode of Loki felt like filler. Other than the reveal at the end, the ending of the episode was extremely abrupt and not a lot happened.
The ending was, Rishi, I agree the ending was abrupt, but I feel the reveal we had the reveal of the TVA, so that that the people there are humans and not creations of the TVA, so that's a big reveal. Two, we learned that Lady Loki, or the variant Loki, is named Sylvie, so, and she has different powers from Tom Hiddleston's Loki, and you know they're actually different characters with different upbringings. And what was the third? In the third thing we learned that the TVA has been chasing Sylvie and she's trying to get away from them. So that's so those are three pretty big reveals. But I do agree the ending was a bit abrupt and it was a shorter episode this week. So yeah. I agree with that. It could have been a little. It felt like we were missing like an epilogue or one extra scene or something. But yeah.
Yeah, and then he continued with another comment saying, and this is from Rishi Bhakta, staying on that one planet and not even cutting back to the Mobius, TVA, etc., made the episode feel extremely dragged out. The least they could have done is elaborate on Sylvie's plan and end goal more.
I think maybe her end goal, there's more coming there that we don't fully understand yet, and they're not ready to say all of that yet. But because we now know that she's been running away from the omniscient fascists her whole life, we get the sense she's been persecuted and pursued by the TVA for reasons we don't fully understand, and maybe the TVA has malicious intentions for Sylvie.
Yeah, Malik, want to jump on that?
I have to run with Jeffrey on that one, but now I'm still curious because my mind wanders to every episode, so I kind of want to know exactly what's going on. Like, not what's going on. How do I explain it? This episode did feel like a filler, but now, why did they decide to make this one a filler? What are they leading up to? What's supposed to be the big, like, surprise? Because whenever you get a filler episode, it's only to make you have more anticipation for another big surprise or another big plot twist. So what's the next plot twist that comes?
It's only the middle of we're only in the halfway point of the show.
Mm-hmm.
We're still in the middle of the story. We still have half of the story to go. So was the episode abrupt? Yes, but I feel like I'm willing to give the show a chance to tell us, to tell us more of what's going on.
Cynthia? I thought you had something to say. I heard you.
Tom Hiddleston said in an interview that the episode 4 and 5 will be the skin of this series. So maybe in the next week we can talk more about what I feel. I think.
Yeah, because I have a feeling like this one seems to follow a more traditional structure. 1 and 2 was the beginning, getting to know people. 3 and 4 is going to be the middle. 5 and 6 will be the leading to the end. I just got Rishi coming up. I'm going to read both comments at the same time. Heck, they should have gotten off the planet or cut back to Mobius/TVA situation at the end. Very strange that they leave us on a cliffhanger like that when we all know they'll get off the planet and survive.
Sure, but it's called the cliffhanger, Rishi, for a reason. They want to at least leave us in a bit of suspense. So, But yeah, this a couple things why this felt like a Doctor Who episode, because it was focused on two characters stuck in a sort of desperate situation. They're in sort of a planet that's about to explode. And another thing it felt like to me, I guess a bit like Douglas Adams in Restaurant at the End of the Universe, where they sort of go to a restaurant at the end of the universe where the universe is like sort of about to explode, and they're just kind of like, watching the universe collapse as they're trying to have dinner and stuff like that. And so that sort of, I guess, cosmic setting and just sort of the sci-fi, the intimacy of the two Lokis talking to each other, and the character building reminded me a lot of like Doctor Who and Douglas Adams a little bit.
Yeah. But since we're almost getting to the point, maybe we'll cut out a little earlier since this is a shorter episode. We'll work around the horn again, except we're going to work it differently.
Hold on. Wait. I wanted to add something.
Okay, go ahead. You should have jumped in. You should have said, I know you're my boss, but wait up here.
Mike, why are you talking over Tatiana? Let her talk.
I was gonna say, see if I remember still. Because since we're questioning the TVA, I'm really questioning the timekeepers. I know you're all Marvel experts, so do we know that the timekeepers are actually a person, like people, or like what? I'm kind of thinking like, what if the surprise might be someone who is like the leader right now, like Ravonna? Like, what if she's the one behind it?
Oh, do the timekeepers even exist? They exist in yes, they exist in the comics, but in this show we really don't know. So it could be Ravonna behind everything, or Ravonna. We don't really know. So you could be right, Tatiana.
Okay, I got it off my chest. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So with that, since we're getting close to that 1 o'clock hour, and I know everybody it's kind of hard since where normally this would be on going into a Friday and we're going into midweek. We're gonna run through around the horn. And Cynthia, how can they find you if they want to follow you on social media?
Yeah, 190497.
Cool. One more time, just in case.
Actually, I talk you Muse. Cynthia 190497.
Cool. Malik, how could they find you, and what do you have working on this week on Muse?
You can find me on Malik on Ox. We are working on developing a new sports show and segment. Still doing sports bites. working on getting another segment out for not sports bites, Muse Bites, sports sector of Muse Bites as well. Just recapping NBA and everything that's going on. But stay tuned because there is some big plans in the works for Muse and Muse TV that we can't absolutely reveal yet.
Yep.
Um,
Can't talk about it yet.
and that's it so far. But you can follow me on Malik on Ox right there. I decided to wear a Bo Jackson jersey today.
Good interview, by the way.
Thank you.
And also, Tatiana, you have something big this Thursday that maybe we can mention. So that people could be hanging on a thread. Tell the people.
Yes, so this week, stay tuned. We're going to be getting an insight into the new Warner Brothers Studio Tour. And stay tuned also on Muse TV, on TikTok, and on Instagram to get more insight on your favorite artists. I will be giving a glimpse of, we're in summer, so getting some summer vibes, ideas from your favorite artist to get some inspo. And you can find me on social media at Tati Ziolani.
Exactly. And she may be getting a big interview with a possible director that is in the DC realm who's maybe doing a Star Wars thing. So, little hint. And Jeffrey, how could they find you and what do you have going on this week?
Okay, my Twitter is at wheeljack83, and you can check me out at 411mania.com. And Mike and I will be talking pro wrestling for Muse TV with This Week in Wrestling. And next week for 411 Mania, I will be reviewing Black Widow, which Mike and I are hopefully going to see next Monday. So to keep this sort of Marvel train going. So if you're a Marvel fan, stay tuned for 411mania.com/movies, and I'll have something special there for you.
Had to throw this comment up for Malik afterwards because he got one directed just to him. Malik, big Warriors fan here. Should Steph tell the Warriors front office to trade Wiseman, number 7, number 14, and Wiggins for a star, or he doesn't sign the extension?
Well, they said Klay Thompson said exclusively that he should be back by the end of this summer. So I think he signs the contract extension and they keep Wiseman. I think they try to keep the same core that they have right now, and then we'll see after this year. So I think he just signs a 1-year contract and then go after that. But we'll see. I don't think Steph is leaving because that is their bread and butter, their best player that they've ever had. So I don't see him leaving. But we'll see. We'll see. It's interesting. I do see Damian Lillard or CJ McCollum leaving Portland though. Just an insight.
Cool.
But
and there you go. You got your comment answered. And with me, you can find me at Muse TV. That's where you can normally find me. And don't forget, this Thursday, we're going to be doing another simulcast for the very first time of this week in pro wrestling. We got NXT, which happened today, which was a really good show. Raw, well, it was Raw.
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell recap. Yeah, it's going to be a great show. We're working also on getting some wrestlers onto the show. Where I'm trying to get it with people that we already know who follow Muse TV, and we're going to try and get them on so that we can have them part of the show. The simulcast, I'm not sure where we're going to simulcast as of yet. We may do it on Clubhouse or on the Green Room on Spotify's new system. So stay tuned for that. Look at social media. We'll let you know where if you want to just catch the audio. And yeah, so thank you so much. Thank you everybody in the panel. And thank you for everybody. This is the most important part. Thank you to everybody who watches and who's been on here, who's been participating and commenting. You guys are amazing. These things cannot happen without you. And we want to have you come back on next week. Hopefully it's a longer episode so we have more to talk about. But thank you so much for being a part of this. And check us out if you're a pro wrestling fan. Check out This Week in Pro Wrestling. We have more shows coming up, more things we're going to do. Really going to make this pop, especially with the special things that we're going to be announcing starting in mid-July and then August. So when we will see you next week, next week for Loki watch party and after show. See you next time here on MUSE TV.